everyone. Welcome to our Lobes for Literacy YouTube channel. My name is Marcela Knapp, and I am a full-time faculty member here at GCU in the College of Education. Today, I am so excited to be interviewing Amy Kuhns. Amy Kuhns has a wonderful YouTube channel where she reads books to children, but I will let Amy introduce herself and tell us some about the work that she's doing and how she created her YouTube channel. Welcome, Amy.
Hi, Marcela. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's really wonderful. I've been in education for probably 10 to 15 years, depending on what you consider the education area. And I just really love to read to children. Um, I started reading to my boys when they were little. They are now 21 and 24. But when they were tiny, it was really important for me to read to them every day. So every night before they went to bed, I read a chapter book to them and just absolutely loved it. When I started working in education, I started reading to my kiddos. And they absolutely loved listening to the stories. I have a Junie B. Jones voice. So Junie B. takes on an interesting characteristic when I read her books. And I just have really enjoyed doing that for kids. And then it was kind of around the time of COVID. I didn't have an opportunity to read to my kids, so I wanted to record for them some of the books that I had read to them before so they could continue to listen. And it just kind of grew from there. I haven't been super diligent about recording any books lately. I need to finish the Junie B. Jones kindergarten series and then go on to first grade. But I've done other books in between Junie B, and I just really want to inspire kids to read.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And that was actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you about your inspiration. And I had a chance to look at some of the videos you have on your YouTube page and Junie B. Jones and how you say like you have the voice, and that brought back so many memories from when I used to teach second grade and reading Junie B. Jones. I know that's a favorite for our younger students. So that's wonderful. And going along that, like, how do you select the books that you read on your channel? Like, do you have other books besides Junie B. Jones? And who
I
is your
do.
target audience?
Yeah, I have done several. There's been a few books that have been requested. So I've done some of books by request. I've also done some books seasonally. One of my favorite books to read my boys every year was The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And every December, I would read that book to them. When I would read it to them, it was just for the month of December, we would just take time every night to read a little bit of the book. And when my youngest was 15, he decided that that was the last time I was going to read that book to him. And it just broke my heart.
Um,
I needed to go ahead and put that book on my channel. So I did read The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I do think I need to redo that one because the sound on it isn't that great. But it is one of my favorite Christmas books to read to children. So I do that one. I've done a couple of other Christmas books. I've done some silly books. I love Dr. Seuss. He is one of my favorites. So I've done some Dr. Seuss books. Um, we typically do a Dr. Seuss series in March for Read Across America, and in line with his birthday. So we do some books for that, and that's one of the reasons that I did those books, and I did them at that time was to celebrate his birthday and Read Across America. And then I did a book that a very good friend of mine read to her children. She loved it so much, she wanted for me to read it. She bought the book for me and sent it to me and asked me to read it on my channel. So I did that. But I will read anything anybody wants me to read as long as it's something that is going to be wholesome and spark an interest in reading for children. I want them to um, I want them to be engaged and excited about it. I love funny books. Junie B. Jones, of course, is silly and funny, but we always have to talk about the way Junie B acts and what she says and the things that she does, because
Oh.
we don't do what Junie B does and we don't say what Junie B says because she's not very nice sometimes.
Yes, that is a great lesson. Wow, that's wonderful. And like our audience with our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page, they are teacher candidates or they are new teachers. So I'm so excited that you're talking about, all of these books, and I know they will be going to your page and getting ideas on how they can create their own videos for their students. And the main goal, obviously, is to promote literacy with our young students. And so this is wonderful to hear that you are doing all of that and getting your students excited about reading. And yes, Junie B. Jones is such a wonderful character. And how you were mentioning, like Read Across America, how you can use Dr. Seuss books as well. So excellent. And so keeping that in mind, thinking of our viewers, our listeners right now, and new teachers that might be thinking about doing this with their own students, what were some of the challenges that you encounter when you were recording your videos, or when you are recording your videos and setting up your channel?
Well, I have been very blessed to have a husband who has kind of trailblazed this for me. Um, my husband has a YouTube channel, so when I was getting started, he kind of did all of the groundwork for me. So that was easy to be able to set it up and start. I know that that's probably a little bit of a difficulty for some people just to step into it, but the biggest thing is, and my husband has said this too, just start. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. It doesn't matter if you've got everything that you need. Just do it. Just start. You just, again, you put one foot in front of the other and you just have to just do something. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. Kids are going to enjoy the fact that you are reading to them. And the thing that breaks my heart the most is when I find out that children are not read to by their parents, when they don't have a relationship with books. I wasn't read to when I was little. I should say my mother didn't read to me when I was little. My big sister read to me. Um, One of the books that she read to me when we were little was Frog and Toad. And she was only 2.5 years older than me, but she was such a good reader. And I was not. And that's another reason why it's so important to me to inspire children to read, because I know what it feels like to be in the upper elementary grades and not be a good reader, and not to not get excited about reading. I just wasn't.
Mhm.
Um, this dates me too, but I used to listen to books on record, um, and I did enjoy that as a little girl. But I really never got into reading myself, and that's something that I really want to inspire parents to read to their children. I want to inspire teachers to read. These days, there are so many books that are online. You can pull up almost any book online. But there's something about reading a book to your kids in person that is so special. I read to my kids in my kindergarten class every day at lunchtime. We have to have lunch in our classroom. So I read to them during lunch. And you would be so surprised at how excited. I mean, this is the 5th week of school, and just even 2 weeks ago, they were saying, Miss Amy, are you going to read Junie B? I'm like, yes, of course I'm going to read Junie B, and I'll get busy opening food and, taking care of things. And they remind me to read. So they want to be read to. They want to hear the stories. And just even to spend the time with them, just, sitting in a chair, reading a book together, pointing at the words, and showing them what it is to follow along in a book. All of those things are so important, and it just sparks something in a child. And so many of my kids have come away years later and said, "Oh, Miss Amy, I have all of the Junie B books, and I've read all of them." And it just makes me so happy to know that they continue to read, even though we didn't get past Junie B. Jones graduation, from kindergarten, they went on and read the first grade books and they continued to do it. And it just, I cannot tell you how happy that makes me that children are excited about doing these things. So coming back to the first question is just start, just do it. You just need to dive in and to do it. And continue. Don't stop doing it. That's one of the things that I've probably struggled with is continuing um to record and find the time and make the time. You really have to make the time. And that has been difficult for me. And I don't mean to make excuses. That's wrong to do. But I know that it's just stepping out and doing it and taking that time to invest in these children's lives. It's the payment back is the rewards are incredible. So just do
Oh,
it.
this is so wonderful. Wow, Amy, that is great to hear how much of a difference you are making in the lives of all of your students and instilling the love for books and literacy. And that just like really, really touched my heart, listening to you talk about this and reading to your kindergartners. They are so blessed to have you as their teacher. So that's wonderful to hear. Um, and have you received any feedback from parents or other fellow teachers as you are reading and then as they know about your YouTube channel?
Not as much as I would like to. I have had some of my teacher friends have pulled up Miss Amy Reads and they'll let their kids listen to them. But again, a lot of the teachers that I work with are great readers themselves and they read the books to their kids too. So that has been very encouraging just to know that there are other educators out there who are as passionate about it as I am. I have had some parents say, oh yeah, we listened to you and we're so excited about it. So probably not as much as I would like to, but there has been some really good feedback and that makes me happy.
Do all of your students know you have your YouTube channel or
I try to introduce it to them the first part of the year, and then I try to come back and show them again. And I do have some teacher friends that if I'm out for any reason, they might go ahead and pull up a video of me reading that chapter. I
oh,
prefer that they don't do that because I don't want to miss out on
you
the book with
you
the
want to
kids.
do it yourself,
But
right?
that has happened in the past. So yeah, we have had that opportunity.
And they probably think like, oh, you're famous. All the children nowadays, they're so used to videos on YouTube and like the YouTubers and all of that. So
Yes. Yeah.
that's
Well, and
wonderful.
there have been at the end of kindergarten, I have had a few kids tell me that they want to be a YouTuber. So,
Times have changed, right? Yeah, from when I
yes.
used to teach second grade, and if I were to ask a second grader or kindergartner right now, what do you want to be when you grow up? A YouTuber? That's wonderful. And like technology, I agree what you were saying about how we can find pretty much, all the books online and the resources, and that's a great thing to have in the classroom for teachers and how they will have access, they can have access to your YouTube channel.
Yes.
That's yeah, it just brings back memories from when I used to teach second grade, and there were some, but not as many, resources and pages like yours that like I do remember using some, but yeah, no, now I know there's a lot, but yeah, that's so great that you have yours and we can promote it here with our GCU students and new teachers. And so you were saying the name of your or your YouTube page is Amy Reads.
It's Miss Amy Reads, and
Amy.
there are other Miss Amy's out there. So if you look up Miss Amy Reads, Junie B. Jones, you will find me out there. And just look for my picture.
Okay, and we
My
will
face.
include the link in the description of this video. We will include the link so they can go and look at your page and to subscribe to your page, right?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yay, excellent. So, do you have any upcoming projects or themes that you are excited to explore that you would like to
Well,
share with our audience?
like I said, I do definitely want to redo my the best Christmas pageant ever. I don't know if other people have seen this, but they are putting a new best Christmas pageant ever movie out this Christmas season.
Oh,
So I'm hoping to redo that and possibly, link it to the movie. It looks like they're following the book pretty closely. It's been disappointing in the past when they take a lot of the parts of the book to me that are just
mhm.
so important and precious. So I think they're going to follow the book pretty closely, and it should be really, really wonderful. But again, I'll probably do that. And I really need to get back in and finish
Timothy.
Judy B. Jones kindergarten series,
Oh,
because there's, I believe there's 12 or 13 books for her kindergarten series, so I need to finish those. But those are the two things that I'm doing soon.
that's exciting to hear that they're making it into a movie. And I agree with you. I love reading. I also have my own book club. And one of my favorite things to do is read the book and then watch the movie and then, like compare. But I always think that the book is always better than the book because than the movie because, when we're reading the book, we're using our imagination and
Yes.
visualizing everything. So yes, that's great to hear. I will definitely look out and look for that movie and watch it. And
Yes.
actually, I want to see your video as well on your YouTube page of this Christmas book. And I will also promote it. I will add it to our Facebook page as when the holidays, around the holidays. So that's
Oh, it
great,
would be
Amy.
wonderful.
All right, great. So as as our audience is watching this video, what are some of the things they can do to help support your page?
Well, definitely subscribing. That's huge. And just letting me know some feedback if you have any ideas. If there's books that you want to be read online, if there's something that you want to do for your children, if there's a series that you want to do in your classroom and you would like
Mhm.
for me to read it, I would be happy to do that. If there's anything, if you have a student that is homebound, and you need somebody to read to them, I would be happy to do those kinds of things as well. I really love to read to children. So if there's anything that I can do to help you be the best teacher that you can be, then I would really love to do that. Because again, we've talked about how important literacy is, how important it is to have children engaged in the love of reading, and anything I can do to help you to do that, that would be awesome. So let me know.
Excellent. So all of our viewers, please make sure to subscribe to Miss Amy Reads and look in the descriptions of this video. We will have the link there and give Miss Amy feedback and request for new books to support, to help support her page. Thank you so much, Amy, for this interview. It is so great to see you doing all of these wonderful things. And we at GCU are so proud of you and would like to give you kudos. And you're a great example to follow, for all of our GCU students and new teachers. I hope they are inspired by everything that you are doing and the love that you are promoting with your students, the love for literacy. That is wonderful to hear. And I hope you stay in touch with us and so we can continue promoting your page on our Lopes for Literacy YouTube playlist and our Facebook page. Thank you so much again. And is there anything else that you would like to add?
I just want to encourage the GCU students. One of the things that I wanted to share was the importance of reading the Word. Um, I believe that the Bible is the most important book that we can read. So if you can, just take that time to get in the Word and read the Word, it is something that is constantly changing it changes us, and it's living and it's powerful. And when we get it inside of ourselves and it becomes a way for God to speak to us. And I just want to encourage the students to get in the Word and read the Word. I know there's so much that you have to do for your studies, and it's important for you to do those things, but understanding that the Holy Spirit is our teacher and having a relationship with the Word of God is just so, so important and so incredible to grow as a student and as a teacher, to be able to have the patience and the love and the understanding for this next generation. We really need the Word in our lives to do that. So thank you.
That is so wonderful. That is great. Thank you so much, Amy. And again, all of our viewers, follow Miss Amy Reads on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening, and lobes up.